Well, one of the things that's different from any other production I've been in is that the crew for Functional are mainly queer people or people of color. It's just you don't see that on sets at all.
I think I've grown from season 1 in the way that I feel more confident in my decisions and my choices, and I feel more comfortable and more established to be able to communicate those choices, those decisions to the other team members.
And I don't know if I told Corey or Daniel or anyone in production about this. I made it a challenge to get to know the character in almost a cathartic way of trying to understand my own father. And it's like, okay, there's a handful of similarities between my character and my father. I'm like, okay, I have to kind of understand where my dad's coming from. Like, oh damn, like this is gonna be, I don't know if anyone's ever seen that meme on like Instagram. It's like, where like, you're gonna have to confront this and it's gonna hurt. Well, this is gonna hurt.
I'd say the most challenging part about approaching season 2 was that there were a lot more long takes, so just having all the lines down, knowing that everything's being done in one take. It was a matter of like, if you slip up on one line, then we gotta start over. So just making sure I didn't slip up over anything.
Was tapping into my vulnerability, because I do resonate with Sheila so much. And I don't know if this one right here was just like, it's just like a psychic or something, and it was just peering into my soul during the panty. But I feel like he was writing about me low key. And so I kind of tapped into my own feelings for Sheila, and you know, it made me vulnerable in front of the camera. So that was a little difficult. I'm practicing my vulnerability and my divine feminine. So
trying to find positivity in just, especially because we were doing this during a pandemic, and recently losing someone who was close to me, it coming into this with positivity and then feeling the love was really, it was just challenging, because it's like you're trying to find positivity during a negative time in your life. So that's something that I think was probably the hardest part, but it wasn't too hard because I was able to, I don't know, I was around people I could trust, so I knew there was nothing I really had to worry about. So
I think the most challenging aspect of season 2 for me was, and this was self-imposed, but wrapping my head around directing and acting at the same time, and also like writing too. It was all completely new for me. So just making sure that I didn't put like a crazy amount of pressure on myself, that I also like leaned on the team to be a part of that. And I think from an actor's perspective, playing Jasmine, a challenging part was being able to crack myself open in those moments, because there are some tough conversations in this season as well. So kind of balancing that with also a bit of levity.
It was, well, being a newcomer, and just getting a feel for everybody else, because you know it's season 2, so everybody's kind of already acquainted. So I need to like learn and kind of figure out. And the lines, you know, the lines were fun. But to be honest with you, I felt like really comfortable. I came right in. Everybody, you know, welcomed me with open arms. Everybody was very, you know, kind and nice and funny, and it was just, I felt right at home. So I can't wait to hopefully do more. Hint, hint.
The most challenging aspect approaching season 2 was, for me personally, logistics. At the time where we knew season 2 was going to be filmed and done, I was not living in the state. I was not living in California at the time. So for me personally, I had to get my personal life in a particular situation where I could leave where I was living and where I was working to go work on this show, which was my true passion and something that I truly wanted to be a part of. So that for me was a challenge, is how do I work out the logistics of my personal life to be able to do this thing, and luckily I was in a position to where that was something I was able to do.
This season, I felt like, no, I know why I'm making these decisions, and I think it's best for the project and the story that Daniel and a couple of other writers wrote this season. So I feel super confident in where I'm at as a creator, and I think you can see that reflected in season 2 in just the way that it looks and the way that we're able to really dive into these characters.
I was okay with releasing a lot of power in season 2, because as I said in season 1, my story is one out of many. In season 2, these characters are not me, thankfully. So, I am someone that I have, unfortunately, a big ego, a big pride, but in a way I kind of knew that this isn't, if it's going to be good, it can't be from my point of view. And I think that's something a lot of creators should know, is that yes, if you're trying to do something from your point of view of representing marginalized communities, is that your point of view is not the only one that matters. So going into season 2, I thankfully knew that I wanted to give a platform to many more people. So I purposely didn't want to direct this season because, one, I knew I didn't want to be biased in any of the actions, and I luckily had a friend named Corey who wanted to do season 2 as a director, which I was very happy. Liz wanted to be a director, and I was happy as well, because that's adding more voices to a story that matters to more people. So it's legit taking that step down and being a little humble and being okay that understanding that the reason I am who I am, the stories, the people who raised me, is not because of me, it's because of other people. And so that's what season 2 is. Season 2 is legit many voices finally being told through this one thread, or this one storyline. So that was amazing.